Are only a few places at risk here?
No, your whole planet is going to feel the major fluctuation, although some places might be safer than others, but that is a topic that we will have to go into because it's a lengthy discussion at a later time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Have polar shifts happened before?
Oh yes, you had a polar shift 10,000 years ago. And that was a major shift. That was a time when, of course, the Atlantis went under the ocean, and of course, part of Atlantis is part of Japan, and where other parts are still from other places here up on Earth are still under the on the ocean floor under the water, including in India or near India. When you speak to the elders in India, they will also, if you ever go there, disclose to you that that is what happened during that time, because history there, still as in ancient time, is handed down from one another.
Mm-hmm. How fast will this shift happen?
Oh, when the polar shift is actually happening itself, it will be quite forceful, it will be quite swift. But before it happens, you are going to experience more earthquakes, massive flooding, volcanic activities, because as the heat in the earth also is going to replace or displace itself to bring forth the heat that will come out of these volcanoes. And there are still going to be some warnings. But my warning is to all of humanity, stop your wars.
Mm-hmm. So those are the signs you're talking about that we can look for.
Yes, and we can go at a later date much more extensive into these things. But still there is the warning. When we are at this very moment are very distraught about all these beautiful people that were killed at the university there, we must not leave out of mind all the beautiful people that are suffering from the polar activity, from the polar swinging back and fro. And also we must not forget all the people that are dying en masse in countries like Iraq and so forth, the Sudan and so. Now the Sudan, because of the polar shift in the future, there will be very nice and lush land again.
What should we do now to prepare or lessen the severity of the shift this planet will experience?
Well, the number one thing I believe that should be done in on the planet is, and of course it somebody might say, well, what has that got to do with it? But it has a lot to do. Your thoughts are very powerful, and they are things. If you are hateful, confused or angry, you're going to have an effect on what is taking place. If you have no respect or no compassion, you're going to have an effect of what is taking place, because your compassion and your respect to the planet, to everything that lives upon the planet, is a major factor of slowing all this energy down. Thoughts are energy, my child.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to be able to ask you about the time frame for the polar shift. If I can ask you about this maybe another time, please.
Well, you are so very welcome, and we will have another discussion and go into this much deeper. But don't buy the global warming. Just understand that you are in a polar shift and that it is in its early stages, maybe going towards from beginning to mid stages at the moment. But it is time to take in consideration that we can't cut down the trees, and we have to stop a sense of greed and a warlike natures.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Your Holiness, you've made in the past a demonstration about an apple and a bowl of water to do with the polar shift. Can you explain that?
Oh, you haven't forgotten. button. Oh, you're so smart. Yes, I can explain that one more time, and maybe for you to take it home and to go and do this. You can take a lovely apple, beautiful apple, and take a bowl of water. And some of these people, they own these things that they make little round holes in the apple with, apple cores, right? Apple bores or something.
Right.
Well, anyway, you can make these little holes in the apple on one side. And then when you take that apple and you put it back in the water, watch what it will do. Of course, the apple is going to be out of balance. What goes up must come down, right? And what is up goes down. So we have to realize that by doing this to our planet, that it basically is going to manifest and show us where the more stable places upon the planet are going to be. So try it out sometime.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will do that. Well, thank you so much for sharing this information with us today.
Well, thank you for coming, Leslie. It was so lovely. You're such a beautiful interviewer. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.